Another big entry at a different weight that caught a lot of our eyes was Drake Ayala at 61 kg, which is 132 and change, which would suggest Drake Ayala might be moving up to 133 this year. How do we think Drake Ayala would do at 133 this year?
Well, I think 33 is a tougher weight. I think, I had heard, it's kind of funny, like the last couple of weeks I heard it a bunch that he's thinking about moving up. He's thinking about moving up. So I think this is actually a great opportunity for Drake because you can go in, you're basically weighing in at the weight. You're going to be competing against wrestlers that are in the field, right? That are, you got Nick Bouzakis, a 33-pounder, Aaron Nagao.
On screen is our current 133-pound rankings.
Yeah. So who else is going to be there? Braxton Brown, Noto, Unger. So some other, a couple 25s, but some 33s in there.
Nagao, Bouzakis.
Yep, said that. So you got those guys already in there, so you can test yourself, see how you feel, how you compete, how strong you are up at that weight class. And if it goes poorly, then that's a reason you should maybe go down. So you're not like super committed to one way or the other. But 125 was a crazy weight last year because of the parity, because they all felt like the same guy. 33, I think, is a different sort of deal. And I don't know if Drake can get... I mean, Drake was in the finals last year. Do I think Drake would make the finals at 133? If I had to pick yes or no, and those are the only two options, I would pick no. Drake would not make the finals at 133.
Yeah. You guys brought up the idea, like transitioning from the 61 kilograms of Drake, should he move up to 33? And it was my opinion that this will be the deepest weight in NCAA next year. If you pull the rankings back up, the top 9 guys are all Americans.
You sure? I mean, Nagao DNP'd last year, so sort of.
All-American.
And Cannon.
All-American.
Did not. Yeah, I'm not arguing with that. I mean, you could go to 149 has an All-American ranked like 15th. So
Fair.
If you're pulling that, but yeah, it's a really good weight. I think guys like, Nasir Bailey, Ryan Crookham, are super good. Be really tough matchups. But how much better is Evan Frost going to get in a year? I mean, that guy, you look at his redshirt year to last year, he got so much better.
It's also like, though, if you put Drake Ayala against Evan Frost, just from what I've seen right now, I might favor Drake. Frost is ranked 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Even against Dylan Ragusin, that's a really tough matchup. Could Drake beat Dylan Ragusin? I think so.
How dare you?
For sure, but I mean...
And then right there, he's in top 3.
Right, but Dylan Chauver, I think, is an incredibly tough matchup for someone like Drake. I think Lucas Bird at 8th. He's trouble. Nick Bouzakis is ranked 12th, real powerhouse. That's why I'm excited to see.
I'm actually surprised Lucas is that low because he DNP'd a couple of years ago, but
yeah, he lost to like Mendez and someone else like really good.
Yeah. Well, I think he lost to Nagao like twice. Bird did. So Nagao drops a couple for a poor performance at NCAAs. Bird kind of gets stuck with him a little bit because he didn't wrestle last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so 33 is it is a lot deeper than I realized. I think 49. Think about this, if we could pull up 49, I think it could be just as deep, if not deeper, if Andrew Lira's moves up to 149. Because I feel like you got Caleb Henson, and it's realistic that Lira's moves up. Caleb Henson, Shane Van Ness, Ty Waters, Parko. Lovett is ranked 5th. He was the runaway favorite to win last year. Arrington, Etchman Diaz 7th. And then you got a couple guys. But you look at the number 12, Dylan Realbuto. He's an All-American 2 years ago. Kanan Webster is going to be a stud freshman for Illinois. He looked like a guy that Illinois maybe not should have pulled, because they set the table for this year. But he was ready to rock last year. Colin Realbuto's back in the mix. Ty Whalen, he beat Kyle Parko last year, won Midlands, I think, or maybe got second. So I think this is an extremely tough weight class. And when you talk about like title contending guys, like Henson, Van Ness for sure, Lovett for sure, and then if Aliris is in there, that's 4 like national champion caliber guys.
I think 57's deeper than 133 too.
Oh, really?
Teamer, Shapiro, Cardenas, Kasak or Van Ness. Peyton Keller, Ryder Downey, Scott. You got Pinheiro Johnson all the way down at 10.
You started at number 10 and worked your way back from there. You're like, if Pinheiro's 10th, then this has to be the best weight.
Hey, free my man Pinheiro. He's going to be freed next year.
Yeah,
I don't think that's as deep as 33.
I don't either. I definitely don't think it's as deep as 49.
Yeah.
When you talk about like national champions,
Tim Flynn
true.
just said
It's hard
on an interview or a podcast or put it out there on Twitter, Ty Waters was the most impressive true freshman that he's ever coached.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
He's got a lot of studs on that coaching resume.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and shame on me for not. I mean, you look at what Ty Waters did as a true freshman. I mean, slight improvement, and he's gonna be a nightmare because there's no one. I mean, maybe Ridge Lovett, probably definitely Ridge Lovett, but I don't think there's anyone else with it that comes within a mile of his ability from the top position.
Ridge at 5 stands out for sure.
Holy cow! Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once you just say that, that's
Yeah, find a 5 with the credentials of Ridge.
Yeah, and just the season he had. So yeah, I think 49 is probably I think it's the toughest way.
We were also looking at 141.
Oh yeah, pull that in. And 41's interesting because you have Aliras Mendez. You have 2 national champions here.
I think we all agreed that this is the strongest top 3.
Aliras, Mendez, Bartlett. I would agree with that. Although if it was Aliras, Henson, and then Parco
Van Ness.
or Van
Van
Ness.
Ness too.
Yeah, I would agree. This is still a little tougher. Yeah, because you go Aliras, Mendez, Bartlett, Hardy, which is really tough, and then all the way down. I mean, think of someone like Taggin at 11. Yeah, this is a really tough weight. Sergio.
I think as far as like top 5 goes, almost like this is stronger than the other 2.
Not 49, but it is really tough. I will not give you this tougher than.
It's the toughest top 3.
Yeah. Reframe it.
Fine.
You can be right.
It's the toughest top 4. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, fine.
Well, what about a part of our boast is that we're both claiming Andrew Aliras for this weight class.
Yes,
That
yeah.
helps. And I'm also going to bump up Jesse Mendez.
Wait, you're claiming Aliras for 149?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's why you. Okay,
That's what I think is going to happen. These aren't my rankings.
fine.
I'd put him at
Bo
49.
has wrestled 149.
He well,
He goes up.
No, he doesn't go up. He should not be there.
So
Listen to this top 6 at 174, though.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
O'Toole,
Ooh.
Haynes, Welsh, DeVos, but Hamity,
Hamity.
and Arnold.
Wow. It's interesting with Gabe because we're if we give that, I think that is really tough. But we don't fully know. We have a strong idea of how good Gabe's going to do, but we don't know for sure. But that is definitely tough. And when you think
I
about
think last year was enough to say for sure he's like a top 8-6 guy.
yeah, top 8-6, but he's ranked 5th. That's pretty high for
6th.
Oh, I thought you only said 5 guys. So, I mean, but when you think about that, we basically view Welsh and Arnold as like virtual equals and peers. And you saw what Rocco did last year at NCAAs. For sure, I strongly believe Gabe could have done that as well last year at 174. So, yeah, it's really good.
Man, Adam Kemp's back. I didn't realize he had another year. He was one of the last remaining guys from Fresno State.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have Parco out there too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those extra years in. But Kemp's tough for he was what? He's 12 at 174.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a quick call to action. Get my camera.
Okay.
Comment below. What do you think the toughest NCAA weight class will be next year?
All right. That's
Thank you.
good.
I needed that for an Instagram.
You'll be seeing that on Instagram.